I'm not wearing pants right now. There's a fact for you. So if you've ever watched a Hollywood movie that involves a heist, you'll notice that they almost always portray the thieves as criminal masterminds. Movies like Ocean's 11 and The Thomas Crown Affair, among others, are excellent movies, but once they end, so does our suspension of disbelief, because let's face it, there couldn't possibly be that smart of criminals out there that they could pull off these incredible heists. Or could there? Well, as it turns out, there have been some criminals that have pulled off some incredible heists over the years, proving that once in a while, crime does pay. So this week, I gathered some of the smartest criminals of all time that have pulled off some pretty amazing thefts, and of course I wanted to share them all with you. So here they are, the 10 most brilliant criminals in history. Number 1 is the Vacuum Gang. In France, there's a gang of thieves that have been stealing money from supermarkets since 2006. Their brilliance is that unlike other thieves that might use safe cracking or explosives, this gang has been emptying safes using nothing more than a drill and a modified vacuum. They discovered a weakness in the type of safe used by French supermarket chain Monoprix. By drilling into the delivery tubes near the safes, they simply hook up their device to it and suck out the envelopes of cash. They have successfully stolen at least $800,000 from 15 different stores since they've started. What's most surprising is that Monoprix has no plan to change their cash delivery system, despite the fact that it's cost them nearly $1 million over the last several years. See? Sometimes the simplest things are the most successful. Maybe that's why so many of you subscribe to me. Number 2 are the Credit Lyonnais burglars. On March 30th, 2010, a group of thieves stole millions of euros of cash and valuables from the Credit Lyonnais bank in Paris. They first waited until the bank was closed for renovations. They then tunneled into the bank, subdued a guard, broke into the vault, and emptied 125 safety deposit boxes. Finally, they set the building on fire, destroying any evidence and allowing them to get away scot-free. What's incredible about this story is not that they got away with it, but that the whole operation took 9 full hours and they still got away with it. Really though, one guard to watch an entire bank for 9 full hours and nobody checked on him? Either this was an inside job or the robbers had horseshoes up their asses. Or they just realized that they were hitting up a really stupid bank. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the latter. Number 3 are the Pink Panthers. The Pink Panthers were a Serbian gang of jewel thieves known to be responsible for the robberies of 120 jewelry stores in over 20 different countries. They were known for their daring escapes and creative break-ins, including one famous heist where they all dressed up as women, broke into a jewelry store, and stole $108 million worth of jewelry. Their crowning achievement, however, was the theft of a diamond worth £500 million in London. The thieves hid the diamond in a jar of face cream, similar to the movie Return of the Pink Panther, which is how the group earned their name. That is crazy stuff. Number 4 is the Friday Night Robber. Carl Gagosian was a successful American thief that had the smarts to make his criminal career last 30 years. He began robbing shops when he was 15 and dedicated himself to a lifetime of crime, even going as far as to get a master's degree in systems analysis. He was extremely meticulous with his planning, using 2 separate getaway vehicles, and even had very specific criteria to narrow down which banks were the most vulnerable, ensuring his success. 3 decades and $2 million later, the only reason that he got caught was pure and simple bad luck. One day, 2 teenage boys just happened to discover his cache of weapons and masks while playing in the park that happened to have his fingerprints on it. As of right now, he's still serving his 17-year sentence, and I hope to hell he's had better luck in prison, otherwise I'm sure he ended up as Big Bubba's personal pincushion. Yikes. Number 5 is Derek Bertie Smalls. Bertie Smalls was a British robber who led a gang of thieves in the 1960s and 70s. He led several successful bank robberies, including one where he got away with £238,000, which was a record theft at the time. Unfortunately for him, his streak ended when a member of his gang gave him up to the police. However, Bertie always had incredible survival instincts and was very smart when it came to avoiding jail, so this time was no exception. Faced with 25 years in prison, he offered to give up the name of every single person he had ever been connected with, and for testifying against all of his former friends, was offered immunity and successfully avoided jail time. Pretty sweet deal considering he led a lifetime of crime, except for the rumor that there's a £1 million bounty on his head from some very powerful underground mob bosses, so he's free, but you know, now he's got a significantly shorter lifespan. Number 6 is the 300 million yen robber. On December November 10th of 1968, a bank car transporting 300 million yen, worth about 817,000 US, was pulled over by a policeman on a motorcycle. The policeman warned that there was a bomb under the truck, so all 4 armed guards exited the vehicle while the policeman inspected it. The only problem is the policeman wasn't a policeman. He was actually an unknown bank robber who simply drove away with the cash, never to be seen again. Now this might sound silly, but in the guard's defense, that specific bank had been getting a lot of bomb threats as of late, so it wasn't unreasonable to hear that there was a bomb under the truck. Still, that being said, Japan, you might want to step up your security game, you know what I'm saying? Damn. Number 7 are the Boston art robbers. On the night of March 18th, 1990, 2 men gained access to the Isabella Stewart Gardner Museum in Boston. They stole an estimated $500 million worth of art, including priceless masterworks by Rembrandt and Manet, among others. Dressed as police officers, they were able to convince security that they were responding to a call, after which they raided the museum, stealing 13 pieces of historical, one-of-a-kind pieces of artwork. Despite this being the largest private property theft in history, the truly amazing thing is that the statute of limitations has run out, so even if these men came forward, they could not be charged with a crime. Man, these guys need to come forward. I mean, they can't be charged with a crime, so at a minimum, they'll probably be given a movie deal and become celebrities. I mean, we have made people like Honey Boo Boo famous, so these guys definitely have a shot. Number 8 is the School of Turin. The School of Turin was a name given to a group of thieves led by criminal mastermind Leonardo Notarbartolo in Belgium. They were the ones responsible for the infamous Antwerp diamond heist, which was dubbed the heist of the century. Every step of the heist was carefully planned and executed, everything from Leonardo staying in the bank vault the night before to learning and bypassing the most intricate workings of the bank vault. They were even smart enough to have the foresight to not only grab the diamonds, but the paperwork needed to sell them as legitimate. Interestingly, they all got away with it except Leonardo, who was convicted purely on DNA evidence found on a half-eaten sandwich found by the crime scene. Damn, well, it just goes to show you never commit a robbery on an empty stomach. You're more likely to slip up. Number 9 are the Baker Street Burglars. In 1971, a team of thieves tunneled into the Lloyd's Baker Street Bank vault in London, stealing £3 million worth of cash and valuables from safety deposit boxes. During the heist, a radio operator overheard their transmissions and contacted police, who frantically searched over 700 banks in the area. Amazingly, police arrived at that very bank, but upon seeing no damage to the vault door, left and continued searching other banks. But despite several of the men getting caught years later, the true mastermind of the plot was said to be a London car dealer who was never caught. Interestingly, this story was the basis for the movie The Bank Job, starring Jason Statham, who just happens to be one of my favorite actors because he's got the whole bald with a beard thing going on. It's my favorite look. And number 10, D.B. Cooper. One of the most infamous and mysterious criminals in history is D.B. Cooper. On November 24th of 1971, a man named Dan Cooper, whose real name has never been discovered, hijacked a Boeing 727 claiming that he had a bomb in his suitcase. Upon landing in Seattle, he demanded $200,000 and 4 parachutes. Shortly after the plane taking off for Mexico, he jumped out of the aircraft over the mountains northwest of Portland. Even after years of searches and ongoing FBI investigations, neither he nor the money were ever found. It's amazing to think that there was once a time when criminals in America could actually get away with hijacking an airplane. Today he probably would have been wrapped up in an American flag while everybody aboard that flight beat the piss out of him and yelled, "America!" And that's all for this time, guys. If you enjoyed this video, you should definitely check out my buddy Russell's channel, Ownage Pranks. We thought that it would be funny for him to do the exact opposite of my video and prank call a guy as a dumb criminal, and it turned out amazing. Russell's a really talented voice actor, and you have to see what he does with this guy over the phone. So if you want to check that out, I'll put a link on the screen and in the description. I've actually been subscribed to him for a while now, and I think you guys are really going to enjoy his content. As always, if you enjoyed this video, please share it on Facebook and Twitter, and give that like button a click, and I will see all of you back here next Saturday with a brand new video. Peace! I am uncomfortably close. Thanks for watching my new video. If you'd like to see future videos from me, remember to click the big red subscribe button below to subscribe to my channel. I release a new video every Saturday. And if you'd like to add me to Facebook and Twitter or check out my second channel, the links to those will be in the description, along with the link to check out Russell's channel, Ownage Pranks, which you should definitely do. And I will see you all back here next week. Have a great weekend. Bye.